Alright guys, welcome back. So, unfortunately, I thought I was recording you the whole time, but it looks like I hadn't. So, what I had done, and what I thought I had recorded, was my bumper cut. So, what I have done was I've taken the grill piece off the lower half, and I've cut up into the upper half here. So you'll notice I cut into these little tabs here. I used the top of that to be my going rate. So all I did was take a flat level and ran that edge to edge from the top of this indent in the bumper, marked it. What I had done was I actually had put painter's tape all along the top here, marked that with a paint pen, and then I went and I cut with my little Dremel tool out, and then I sanded all these edges down. So to come here, now I had taken the edge of the I guess the fender shroud area here from the original bumper, and I had traced that up, and then I wanted to make a round corner here, so I also rounded the corner with my Dremel, but came all the way down. So basically I'm following the line that the original bumper had on here, and then the line that the bumper had here, and made sure that that kind of matched all the way down on the sides here. So this is my take. Now what I'm doing to make this a little more functional, a lot more breathable, is I have a piece cut now. I measured from here to here, and I have this cut out. Now what I want to do is take this so that, and I will bend this up a little bit so that it directs more of the lower air directly into the bottom, and I'll match the bottom of this front mount up with the bottom lip of this. You'll see I need to do a little bit of trimming, but that'll be that. And then I also have a good gap here all the way around. So what I'm going to do, and I'll show you in more closer detail. So what I'm going to do is take this and try to close it off so that there's no gap in here. Get that going so that there is 100% ducting, and that I am not losing air through the sides, for instance, and that all the air is going to be pushing straight through my front mount intercooler. So bear with me. What I will do, I think, the crash beam, I don't know if you could see it, but the crash beam is right here. It lines up with the lower mounting holes of this. So what I think I'm going to do is cut some plastic, very similar to what I've done in the bottom here. I'm going to cut some plastic and try to mount them in the actual screw holes that hold the grill on. And then that way I'll just have some foam in there holding into the mesh, pushing into the crash beam. And then I'll run that same piece of plastic down here all the way underneath and try to block off all these holes. So I'm gonna bend it down, and try to get that block off going. At the point, it'll be a little bit of a custom, but the idea is in this area it'll be the same thickness as this area here, and then I'll obviously have to taper it down into this width here. I'm gonna take some measurements to see what my distance is between the bumper and the crash beam, and then I will take my measurements to see what the width of this is. I'll fit my plastic up. I'm going to bend like a 1-inch lip so I can fit in to the screw holes here, and then I'll bend it down, and then I will get my gaps and cut them narrower as we come lower here. I'm gonna cut. So let's get into it. 3-inch plus I want to do a 1 3/4 inch lip, so I will be doing a 3 3/4 inch piece of plastic, 3 3/4 inch. So that'll be my cut from here to here. Okay. Clean this up a little bit. Cools fairly quickly. So there are the 2 screw holes here for the grill, which I think I want to run off of. So I will basically be cutting this down a little bit, but having this lip out, and then I will run this down like this, and then bend these pieces down like that to match down in here. So let's do that. I'm first going to measure my center. Center at 18. So my lip can go from here to about here. Just like that. My lip size needs to be at least 3/4 of an inch. And that's exactly what I got there. 3/4 of an inch. So I will then need to chop off probably the rest of this up until I can bend that down, which starts at the width, I think, of this is roughly 24 inch is where my bend should start. Actually, I want to go to the width of this. So my width of this is about 26 1/4. my heat gun, and I'm gonna heat this up, and this will be my bottom side. I'm gonna bend this up, and I will use a set of these pliers to do that. So, let's check that. Perfect. So I'm going to have to taper these edges back a little bit, but I'll wait until I sort of get that bent. I'll do an initial bend now and just get that corner to match up down here. So, let's get these screws out and let's put them through on here. I'll mark the center of them. Okay. Time to drill. Okay, drill. Okay, I'm going to pull this up a little bit. And I'm going inside. Go there. Come over here. So I'm lifting this up a little bit. And notice I'll have to trim these edges a tiny bit to get that to fit. Okay. Now I'll take this back off. And I'll make my other cuts. There's kind of a notch in the bumper right here. That is screwing some things up for me. So I'll just notch these a tiny bit there. Okay, I'm back. So I am taking the OEM screws and found exactly the same, just in like a touch longer. And longer, I mean, when I say longer, I mean the OEM screws are like 1/2 inch. These ones are 5/8. So 5/8. Basically just the thickness of the plastic. That will offset that, and I'll still get a good connection through. That's good. That came out really well. Okay, now I'm ready to put my wings on, basically. So I'm going to file this edge down a touch, clean these edges up a little bit, make them somewhat even and flush. And I will do that with some 80 grit on the back of a sponge pad. I've decided that it's going to be much easier to use a Dremel. And one of these buffing wheels. There. No. It's time to make the winglets. So the winglets I'm going to bring up, and I'm going to overlap these by about 1 inch so that I have a little bit of a screw hold on them. So that would mean from the bottom to that, we'll say about 6 inch. 6 inch. That should obviously be the same here. Yep. 6 inch. And my bottom piece here, which I cut out prior, will go in. I will basically match the widths, so I will need only a piece that is 2 inch, roughly 2 inch, tapered all the way down. That should run it. Now, how do I know that that will or won't work? Is by doing this. So the farthest back point to my front mount was this right here. So if I do that and measure my width, that is 1 inch, a little under, that's like 1/2 inch, three quarter of an inch there to, yeah, about 2 inch. So 2" up top to 3/4 by 6. So I'll cut 2" to 3/4 to 6. Let's go see what that looks like. Okay, let's give it a little testy. So look something like that. It's all said and done. Very nice. Okay. Now I will do the same thing on the other side. Okay. Now I've got my pieces. Okay, on the test bits. Alright, so this is what it looks like. We're gonna need to trim just a little bit, which is fine. So far, guys, this is looking pretty good, I feel like. Pretty excited. Okay, let's test fit again. Now, without getting too giddy, come look at this. So, if I push that in, look at how close we are. I mean, it is bang on perfection. The only thing I want to do next now is the bottom piece. I just want to have something underneath the lip here to just sort of bump it up. This is perfect. It's a little low here, comes up a little perfect here, but I think it just needs a little bit of a strengthener below it, and that'll probably be about it. Yeah, so let's just fashion something on the bottom there. The rest of this is looking pretty damn good. Alright guys, I've decided to go with a 1-inch piece of wood that is 1 inch wide. And the length of this is great because it leaves a little bit of gap on the sides, which is perfect. Tape measures in my pocket. Here I am looking everywhere for it. So this is a 20-inch piece of wood by 1 inch wide. I'll cut it, and I'll cut it literally probably 1 inch. I'll go 1.5 inches. So the wood I am just going to attach under like this. I'll center it, and then hopefully that literally just rides along the hard plastic under tray there. I'm going to clean this up underneath. Okay, wood's on. Let's work on some foam tape. So what I got is this big, ultra squishy tape. So I'm gonna run it all along my crash beam here, and then I'll come down, I'll follow the Perrin seam for the weld on the end tanks here, and then I don't know, we'll see about this on the bottom, but maybe I'll stick that part on the bumper itself. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. So let's do this all in one piece and go from there. Holy shit. That is outstanding fitment. I think I might even just bolt this up. That is crazy. So, if I actually push this like it will be, my edges are so clean. I need to touch this a little with some foam work, but all the way around, this is primo. Super stoked.